Have you ever noticed someone who barely posts online? No selfies, no daily updates, no endless scrolling. At first, it seems strange. In a world where everyone wants to be seen, they quietly disappear from the digital crowd. You might think they're lonely, antisocial, or missing out. But what if the opposite is true? What if they're protecting something most people lose without even realizing it? The psychology behind people who don't use social media is far more surprising than you think. Imagine waking up in the morning. Before your feet touch the floor, your hand reaches for your phone. One notification becomes 10. 5 minutes become 30. Suddenly you're comparing your life to strangers, absorbing bad news, chasing likes, and reacting to opinions you never asked for. Now imagine someone else. They wake up, open the window, drink their coffee, read a book, go for a walk. Their mind belongs to them before it belongs to the internet. The difference seems small, but over months and years, it changes the way they think, feel, and experience life. Our brains were never designed to process thousands of opinions every single day. Every like, comment, and notification acts like a tiny reward. It gives the brain a quick burst of pleasure. The more we receive it, the more we crave it. Over time, many people stop asking, "What do I really want?" Instead, they begin asking, "What will people think?" That's why social media can quietly replace inner confidence with outside validation. People who don't use social media often escape this cycle. They don't constantly measure their worth against edited photos, luxury lifestyles, or carefully crafted success stories. They have fewer voices competing for their attention. Instead of reacting to everyone else, they have more space to understand themselves. Their identity grows from personal experiences instead of public approval. This doesn't mean they hate technology or believe social media is evil. Many simply understand the value of attention. Attention is one of the most valuable resources we have. Wherever attention goes, life follows. If your attention is controlled by endless scrolling, your thoughts slowly become someone else's. But when you protect your attention, you protect your peace. Think about the last time you were completely bored. No phone. No videos. No music. Just your thoughts. It probably felt uncomfortable. But boredom isn't the enemy. It's often where creativity begins. Many people who stay away from social media spend more time thinking deeply, solving problems, reflecting on life, or simply being present. Their minds are quieter, not because life is easier, but because there's less noise competing for space. Look at real life. Some of the calmest people you've ever met rarely post online. They don't feel the need to announce every achievement or prove they're happy. When something meaningful happens, they experience it instead of documenting it. A beautiful sunset becomes a memory instead of content. A dinner with friends becomes laughter instead of photos. Their moments stay personal, and that privacy often makes those moments feel even more valuable. There's another reason many people leave social media behind: emotional protection. Every day online, we're exposed to arguments, fear, outrage, and constant comparison. Even if we think we're ignoring it, our brains absorb the emotional atmosphere around us. Over time, this creates stress we can't always explain. Some people eventually realize they're emotionally exhausted, not because of their own lives, but because they've been carrying the emotions of millions of strangers. Stepping away creates distance, and with distance comes clarity. They begin noticing birds instead of notifications, conversations instead of comment sections. Their happiness becomes quieter, but also more genuine. They stop performing life and start living it. But here's the twist. People who don't use social media aren't automatically happier. They still experience sadness, failure, loneliness, and uncertainty. The difference is that they face these emotions without immediately escaping into endless scrolling. They sit with discomfort. They reflect. They grow through it. That's something many of us rarely practice anymore. The greatest freedom isn't deleting every app. It's reaching a point where your self-worth no longer depends on being noticed. Where silence doesn't feel empty. where being alone doesn't feel like being forgotten, where your value isn't measured by followers, likes, or views, but by the person you become when nobody is watching. Maybe the real question isn't whether you should quit social media forever. Maybe the better question is this: who are you when the screen goes dark? Can you enjoy your own thoughts? Can you spend time with yourself without needing constant distraction? The answer to that question says far more about your happiness than any profile ever could. So the next time you meet someone who doesn't use social media, don't assume they're disconnected from the world. They may actually be more connected to the only person they'll spend every second of life with, themselves. And perhaps that's the kind of connection many of us have been searching for all along.